We are very much excited. We are very happy with what we have achieved today, together with the other parties. You must understand, as the PA, we were in a coalition with the DA. But the arrogance of the DA and its rudeness has brought us to where we are today.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. Breaking news out of Johannesburg in Gauteng province in South Africa, where after a vote of no confidence against the Democratic Alliance's speaker for the council, Vasco da Gama, there's been another election. Colleen Makhubele from the Congress of the People is the new Johannesburg council speaker. In an election that saw COPE's Colleen Makhubele secure 141 council votes, and the DA's selected candidate, Alex Christians, get just 129. COPE wins this victory. Now, there was going to be a vote of no confidence over an internal row about bringing the city into disrepute and breaking the law, and we saw Vasco da Gama tossed aside. For her part, when interviewed after the election results, Makhubele, the acting speaker, said minority parties held hands and have a big role to play in Johannesburg. And then she thanked the ANC and EFF for supporting the vote. We are going to see transparency and accountability.
I am truly humbled. I'm truly grateful. I thank these women that are standing next to me. I thank this leader standing next to me. These are the minority parties that held hands and said, unless we all win, it's not a win in the city of Johannesburg. Today we have shown that the minority parties have a voice, and we've got a big role to play in the city of Johannesburg. So I'm really grateful. I'm very happy, and I thank also the other parties that have supported us, the ANC, the EFF, all the big parties, all the councillors that have voted. This is a new era for the city of Johannesburg. You are going to see a lot of changes in terms of accountability, transparency, and really service delivery for our people. Thank you.
Couple of things about what Makhubele had to say. Number one, her credibility is zero. Absolutely zero. Number two, minority parties had a big role to play. Well, you wouldn't be the speaker had ANC and EFF voters not voted for you. So I really don't understand what she means by minority parties have a big role to play here. If perhaps she means minority parties are kingmakers and will lead to fragile coalitions, she's spot on. Now, one reason for this is the Patriotic Alliance, which had 8 seats in the council. Now, there's leader Kenny Kunene said the Democratic Alliance is arrogant and does not listen to its coalition partners. There was an agreement, a compromise on the table. Kenny Kunene said the arrogance of the DA prevented this from happening. He wanted the Inkatha Freedom Party to have the speaker position in a compromise agreement. But Kunene said the DA insisted on holding all positions of power for themselves. Now, this is a story we've heard in the past in Nelson Mandela Bay and other locations. And if true, it is quite a shocking development. The Democratic Alliance would rather see the government fall or at least see their position weaken because they couldn't agree on a candidate. What's the real story here? Well, Kunene said that Dr. Peter Groenewald from the Freedom Front Plus even tried to convince the Democratic Alliance that they should accept the Inkatha Freedom Party candidate to be the speaker.
The DA had 3 Troika positions, which is the mayor, the speaker, and the chief whip. We proposed to the DA as the Patriotic Alliance that IFP must take the speaker so that we share the Troika positions. However, the DA arrogantly told us that they reject any reconfiguration of the council. The DA told us that their FedEx has taken a decision. And due to that arrogance, due to that disrespect to all the coalition partners, and I must say that all the coalition partners agreed with the PA and the Action SA, including Freedom Front Plus. Dr. Groenewald tried to convince them that it is only the right thing for IFP to take speaker. They still arrogantly refused.
What's the bottom line here, folks? The bottom line here is that this is not about the residents of Johannesburg. It's not about governance or service delivery, which is what Makhubele claims. This is simply about naked power and privilege, not governance. This is what coalition governments bring you in South Africa. And now will we see paralyzed government? Will we see the mayor of Johannesburg on her way out with a vote of no confidence coming soon? Well, Kenny Kunene says that is the future. The DA mayor will be getting a vote of no confidence. We shall see. The bottom line here, folks, is this is what happens when you sit on your ass and don't go to the polls. Just 31% of eligible voters turned up in this election. As a consequence, this is the governance you get. People had an opportunity to vote the EFF and ANC out of existence in Johannesburg Metro and failed to do it by not going to the polls. And tiny, minor, nothing parties can now upset the balance of power and claim to be bringing transparency and accountability to service delivery. But COPE, the PA, have never delivered that. Will they deliver it as part of this coalition, which includes, for the speaker position, the ANC and the EFF. Sad development, ladies and gentlemen, in Johannesburg, where it seems that based on the comments from Kenny Kunene, we don't know how true they are, that the DA's arrogance has cost it the speaker position and its alliance the speaker position. So we'll see what goes forward here, folks, but I guarantee you this behavior by all political parties in South Africa is not for you. It's not for the voter. It's not for the resident of the Johannesburg metropolitan area. This is all about personal privilege, power, and attention. Anyway, folks, once again, breaking story out of Johannesburg Metro, where the unseated Speaker of the Council, Vasco da Gama, of course we know, has been tossed aside and replaced now by Colleen Makhubele from COPE, who was the acting Speaker. She has secured a win with 141 votes in the Council to 129 over the DA's Alex Christian, despite the efforts to intercede, according to Kenny Kunene, by Dr. Peter Groenewald from the Freedom Front Plus. And that's it, folks. Good luck, Joe Berg.